Okay, well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Tuesday, October 13th, 2020 regular city council meeting via Zoom. Roll call, please.
Mayor Vreeland,
Here.
Councilor Zins,
Here.
Segler,
Here.
Pop,
Here.
Peterson.
Here.
Everybody's present. Consent agenda, please.
Item 3 is approval of city council meeting minutes of September 28th. Item 7 is approval of correspondence that's as noted on your agenda, and that was included in your meeting packet. And item 10 is approval of claims, payroll, and receipts.
Anybody have any issues with the agenda, with the consent agenda?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay, there's been a motion to approve. Support?
I'll support.
Support by Councilor Peterson. Discussion, I have a quick question. I see on here this Hoyt Lakes Chamber. Do we need to have a vote on that, Becky, or is that going to the COVID team?
The COVID team already approved it, and so it's
Okay.
good to go.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Mhm.
Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Councilor Zins,
Yes.
Segler,
Yes.
Pop,
Yes.
Peterson,
Yes.
Mayor Vreeland.
Yes, motion carries. Any guest citizens in the audience tonight?
I think the few that are on our agenda items, Mayor.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Reports from staff. And I can't see everybody tonight because of where I'm at. So Supervisor West on?
No, he is not.
Okay. Library Director Sue Sowers.
Yes. Hi, everybody. We have just started Hoopla, which is a new service for Hoyt Lakes patrons. And it's audiobooks and ebooks and music and movies and TV series and comic books. And it's all free to download with your library card, and there's no wait times involved. So it's a really nice service, and it's available to anybody with a Hoyt Lakes library card. If you don't have one, give us a call and we'll get you registered and send you out one. We are open now from 11 to 5 without closing in between. And we are not open Saturdays yet and have no plans to be open on Saturdays for the remainder of this year. If we need to increase our hours for a later evening, we'll be watching the reports on health situation to decide that. We received 2 Chromebooks through our grant from our hotspots, and those will be able to be checked out along with hotspots for anybody that needs those in the community. And we are currently offering a take and make project through the Legacy program, wildlife feeders, and we have 30 of those available to the public. So if you'd like to take one home and do a little craft project, stop by the library, give us a call, and we'll set it out at curbside for you. And that's it.
Thank you, Sue. Public Works Supervisor Kenny Snetzinger.
Okay, I've got a few things here. Number one, some of you may have noticed or seen him today. Steve Link returned to work today. From my understanding, he's feeling very well. His doctor released him to come back to work, and he is just told to take it easy. So all the recycle route should be back to normal for all the businesses. So that'll be a huge relief for us because we've been trying to juggle it in amongst our other things with my full-time staff and lack thereof, I guess, this last couple of weeks. So the road project is going along well. All the topsoil and sod work has begun. Concrete is complete. Topsoil, sod, they're supposed to bring in the mill on Wednesday or Thursday and mill the remainder of Suffolk. I had a few different correspondence today with the contractors, and looks like the project will be wrapping up. I have a meeting with SEH and the to do a final walkthrough next, Jake and I will, next Thursday morning, I believe at 9 o'clock. So everything there is coming along, I guess, as planned. I've been in correspondence. The Chamber of Commerce has purchased another chainsaw carving. It's a big, beautiful like a 12-point buck, full-bodied deer that's like 7.5 feet tall, and it's going to go outside of City Hall. I just received notice today at about noon today that it's going to be arriving around noon on Friday. So I'm going to have my guys try and prep the spot for it. It looks like it's going to go on the north side of City Hall between Becky's office window and the awning for the entryway. So it'll stand against the City Hall wall there underneath the eave of the building, which will also help keep maintenance down on it. Keep it out of the sun and the rain as much as possible. It's a really nice looking piece. I got some pictures of it sent to me. Public Works guys, they've been doing all the normal fall stuff, blowing water. Everything water line related has been blown out and done. All winterizing's done. Docks were pulled today. The pipe got pulled out of the river at the golf course today. We're trying to, Aurora's chomping at the bit for the sweeper, like we all are this time of year. We're going to try and wrap up sweeping by Friday so they can pick it up on Monday. We'll be sanding greens out at the golf course this week, also on probably Friday, and then gearing up for curb cleanup next week.
Good. Sounds like plenty busy. So thank you.
Yep.
Public Utility Supervisor Jake Barron.
All right, not much for you today. Kenny covered the road construction. As you know, as I said earlier in the staff meeting, me and Pete will be going through contact hours for biosolids next week. That'll be Tuesday, Wednesday. That's about all I got. Construction at the wastewater plant's going well. They're moving as much concrete as they can, trying to get the shell of that filter building up before the snow flies. That's all I got.
All right. Thank you. Ambulance Director Melanie Olmsted.
Cody and I have been busy the last couple weeks. Last day, is it Monday? I think it was. We did 8 hours of MLS, PALS, and ACLS instructor classes over in Hibbing. Today we were in Virginia all day doing hand heavy instructor training. This is so we can provide training to everyone in our department and we won't have to pay out for instructors anymore. We have a crew right now on our 57th ambulance call for this month. Mind you, it's only the 14th. We have been running nonstop, crazy hours. We have one out on exposure to COVID without all proper PPE on. So she's out for 14 days, which is really going to hurt. Next week, we have barely anyone scheduled to work. So it's getting pretty tough. Other than that, we're just trying to keep afloat.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Yeah, Chief Sewler's not on.
No,
Chief House.
no.
Becky, anything?
I have a couple things on the agenda is all.
Okay. All right. How about City Attorney Brunfeld?
Mayor, just agenda items.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you. Reports from City Council. Councilor Zins.
There got something on old business, and we do have a interview for EMT. When is it, Mel? On the 20th, I believe.
I don't know. I've had so much going on. I don't even know what day it is today.
Anyway, we do have an interview coming up on the next Tuesday. At least that shows in my calendar.
Okay.
And
Anything
then,
else, Dave?
No, that's it. Thanks.
All right. Councilor Segler.
Just a couple things. I've got some agenda items later, but I believe that all the fall youth sport activities are going to be wrapping up either this weekend or the following. I believe everything went very well. Disc golf, there was some volleyball and the flag football. All three have gone well, and county has approved to do basketball for second through sixth graders, I believe. So that'll be starting soon. And then, like I said, I got a couple agenda things. So.
All right. Thank you. Councilor Pop.
Looks like I got back just in time. I lost my internet, so I was gone for a while. So the only thing, just a reminder to the citizens, we're planning the fall curb cleanup next week, Tuesday, Wednesday. Hopefully everybody will participate. It's a great time to get rid of unwanted items, clean up your yards. A reminder that we will not be doing yard waste or trees and branches. It's just going to be strictly what's listed in the shopper and what will be advertised on the sign. And we have sent out or hand delivered 7 letters to some of our residences that are non-compliant, the most non-compliant, and with information explaining to them to please utilize the cleanup, and if not, the circumstances that will apply if they do not utilize it. So, and then there's a couple agenda items.
Okay, thank you, Dan. Councilor Peterson.
Yes, I've got a couple of things, couple of agenda items, but also I was at the chamber meeting last Tuesday, and Donna Stevens was there. She's kind of been the one that's been getting us all these carvings that we've been having in our gardens, and the newest buck one that's going at the by the office there. She was asking if we'd be interested in having them insured because there's a lot of maintenance with having them. One of them is missing a tail because it was vandalized, it sounds like. So I don't know if that's something that the council would be interested in to maybe keep the cost down. Otherwise, she is looking at trying to get some grants to help with the maintenance on those. Also, another thing, the chamber, they're not having many of their members coming to the meetings. They have 22 members total, but it only really ends up being the people that are on like the board members of the chamber that are showing up at meetings, and maybe 2 or 3. They're hoping that more people can start coming to more meetings. Just a reminder, they're the first Tuesday of the month at 6:30, and they are going to maybe try to have them at different locations, some of the different businesses to help. And then also, as previously stated, there is the chamber always has a Halloween party. This year with COVID, they're looking at having the Halloween haunted trail. I think it's going to be really fun. It'll be on October 24th. They're going to do it in 2 groups. Ages 6 and under will be from 6 to 7 p.m. and ages 7 and over will be from 7 to 8 p.m. Of course, families, if you have multiple age groups, can come at one time. They are also looking for more volunteers if you're interested in helping out with that and dressing up. It's going to be a lot of fun. And that's it.
Okay, thank you. And I have nothing tonight. I'm being out of town, so we'll go to old business. Item 8A, Mesabi East Youth Hockey, approve request to refund hockey hut license and hockey hut preparedness plan. I don't know, Councilor Segler or Peterson, which one would you like to address this?
I'll go first. If you guys remember when we started this with youth hockey, I think it was 5 years ago now. Originally, we had told them that the city would reimburse them for their licensing fees because other entities utilize that kitchen, and without having that license there, they wouldn't be able to. So Mark and I believe negotiated. I don't know if Dave and Chris, if you remember that, we did say we would reimburse them for their licensing fees. They've never requested it, and they are requesting it this year, but I talked to all the board members this afternoon, and I've kind of come up with a different plan for this year. I want to present it to the council and see what you guys think. They want to open up the hut with sell like canned sodas, prepackaged chips, candies. It's about all they can do right now. They're not going to make a lot of money. I think we all understand that. So I'm proposing that for this year, we waive any fees that we would charge them for utilizing the hut, and they will take care of the licensing. And it looks like they need plexiglass for the counter there. I would request that they also provide the plexiglass, and if Kenny's guys at some point could do that for them, but I want them to purchase the plexiglass also. I don't think they're going to make any money running that hut this year. With the limited amount of spectators, I think each kid is allowed 2. Nobody's allowed in for practices. I believe unless you're under the age of 10, then one parent can attend. They're going to try to make a little bit of money in there. I don't think they're going to make much. So my proposal is for this year, we waive any fees for that, utilizing the hut, and they will take care of their licensing and getting the plexiglass.
Becky, do we need to make a motion on that?
Well, I'm thinking we have a formal agreement in place, and maybe that should be edited, and then I can run by the attorney and get approval at the next meeting, if that's okay? If that's or is that enough time, or?
I think it would be plenty of time. Mitch, is that okay with you to be able to look over that before in the next couple of weeks?
Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
Say, Brian, if I could interject one thing quick. Wade and I have already had this discussion regarding plexiglass, and all those plexiglass shields that were made for the election. The thought was maybe some of those could be repurposed for the hut once it opens.
That's fine too. I don't want it to cost the city any money to have the hut open. But I don't see them profiting very much on this endeavor. And the COVID team did approve their plan as of today, but they really can't serve any cooked food or anything like that. So it's going to be a pretty limited amount of stuff that you can get there. So
yeah, I figured. Just wanted to let you know about the plexi.
Perfect. That's fine with me.
Okay, that sounds good. We'll bring it to the next meeting then.
And Mayor, I believe from Mesabi East Youth Hockey, Rob Ronning is on. I don't know if he has any comments, but he is on the meeting tonight.
Rob, are you there?
Yep, I'm here. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's your question.
No, the only thing is I know on the Hoyt Lakes Arena COVID plan, it does say that no spectators at practice, but I just wanted to clarify that with the Minnesota hockey guidelines say that players 10 and under can have one, or it suggests the guidelines say that they could have one parent in the arena to assist with gear and then spectate during practice just in case, as long as they social distance and do all the other things they're supposed to.
And that makes a lot to me.
Yeah, I did a little research and they are correct. Minnesota Hockey, with their phase 3 of their plan, will allow one parent for a child under the age of 10, just because you don't want to put all that much more stress on the coaches to have to deal with kids that want to get on and off the ice and their skates need to be tied. So I think that would be a good idea to maybe amend our arena's plan a little bit. I think that was probably on phase 1's plan, or maybe phase 2, where there was no spectators, but now Minnesota Hockey moved to phase 3.
Okay.
That's correct. That's all I had.
All right. Thanks, Rob. Okay, we'll move on then, and we'll bring that up. I don't think any of the council have any issues with any of this.
Nope.
Okay, let's move to item B, schedule adjourned city council meeting for Fisherman's Point manager contract and anything else. Anybody got a time frame next week that works for everybody?
Any day but Monday would be okay with me.
Okay. How about everybody else? I'm good. I'm good all week, so.
I'm pretty open to.
Okay.
Tuesday, I've got 2 meetings. We got the planning and zoning and that interview at 4. So that's out for me.
Okay. Well, was everybody okay with Wednesday, the 21st?
Works for me.
Okay.
That should work. Can we do it so we possibly are done by 6:30 for fire training or ambulance training?
5 o'clock, okay for everybody?
Works for me.
Yes, that's fine.
All right, let's do it at 5 o'clock on the 21st.
You need a motion for that, and then if there's any other agenda items you want in addition to the campground, we need to note that.
Okay. Anybody have any other issues they want to put on there? Okay. All right, we'll just leave it for that for now. When I get home, if I get some more ideas, I can add something to it too, so.
Becky,
All
do
right.
you make the motion?
Yes,
Correct.
I do.
I'll make the motion to have that meeting on the 21st at 5.
Motion by Counselor Segler, is there support?
Support.
Support by Counselor Zins. Roll call, please.
Counselor Zins,
Yes.
Segler,
Yes.
Pop,
Yes.
Peterson,
Yes.
Mayor Vreeland.
Yes, motion carries. Item 8C, special assessment for current services, water, sewer, and refuse. City Clerk, is anybody on tonight to have opportunity to speak?
I had one resident that we thought might be phoning in, but never did. And so we're
Okay.
going to move forward with that. I did get a written letter from a property on Coventry. That's where that house isn't located for, he was arguing the mowing charges, being he was never notified. So we're going to research that a little bit with the blight officer, and we'll get back to the council at the next meeting. And the next meeting is when we formally have the assessment roll by resolution. And this letter just gives people an opportunity to speak, and if they had issues with their bill, they could have come forward before you tonight.
Okay. So we don't need a motion on it tonight then?
Nothing tonight, and no one else is on that I'm aware of.
Okay. We'll move on to item D. Process fee to sell chase vehicle ambulance.
So
Kenny?
I was directed by the council last week to talk to Kenny about this. I did talk to Kenny to see if he was interested in that vehicle for the city for summer hires. And Ken said that when they have the summer hires, they usually have too many tools and stuff that they need to utilize more of a pickup to haul it around with. So Ken wasn't interested. I also asked Ken if they had a place that we could park it, so it wasn't sitting down in the parking lot at the EMS building, which Kenny said he did. And then I'd also talked to Kenny about it, if they had any other surplus equipment that maybe they were interested in getting rid of, that we could do it all at the same time and maybe auction it or do bid or something with that chase vehicle. Kenny, do you have anything to add?
No, Dave, what you said there is pretty much hits the nail on the head. I would recommend, like you said, it really doesn't fit the bill for us at the city. Summer hire kids are always hauling either weed whackers, mowers, or gas cans, chainsaws, etc. So you trying to use a sport utility vehicle for that just isn't going to work. You know, I can store it, get it out of the way for the EMS crew right now. That's not a problem. And when the city, if the city decides to go ahead and liquidate it, you know, I don't have a whole lot of other equipment, surplus equipment for sale at this time, enough to justify trying to have a surplus auction, especially the way we've traditionally done our surplus sales with COVID right now. You know, I just don't know that we want people coming and going from city facilities right now to look at all this stuff, you know, climbing in and out of a vehicle or coming to the city buildings more than necessary. So there's only probably 2 items I would put in a sale right now if we were to sell. And at that point, I think I'd just go through somebody like DoBid.
Okay. We'll just come up with a plan and come back to us with it on it. I don't think there's a real rush on it, but I think we do need to get it out of the parking lot at the EMS building. So.
Yep, not a problem. I'll make a plan for it.
Okay. New business. Thanks. New business, request for wetland delineation review, Natalie White, area adjacent to County Bridge on County Road 666. Natalie, are you on?
Yes, hello.
Good evening. What is this about? I have no idea what this is about.
Sure. So I did this wetland delineation, reviewed this wetland delineation on for SEH on behalf of St. Louis County Public Works. Oh. And we do a number of wetland delineations for them every year where they have potential bridge improvements coming up in the next year. And often the county is the local government unit in charge of the Wetland Conservation Act for those projects. But in this case, the bridge is within the city limits of Hoyt Lakes. So the city of Hoyt Lakes administers the Wetland Conservation Act in this case. So we are requesting of the city review and approval of the delineated wetland boundaries that will let St. Louis County Public Works move forward then with their plans for bridge improvement and wetland permitting for that improvement if necessary.
So what do we need to do tonight to approve this then? Just a motion?
Correct, just a motion to approve. SCH will review those boundaries, correct, and provide that information to the county. Is that correct, Natalie? So we just approve as the authority for the city, we just approve that to move forward.
Sure. Yeah, so ultimately the city would approve the delineated boundaries. So you can take that action, or in my experience, either the council approves or directs city staff to work with the delineator and approve the delineation.
So the delineation request, this is all complete then right now?
Correct. The delineation is completed and we have a report showing boundaries where the technical boundaries and limits of the wetlands are.
So we could just approve this report tonight then, and that's what you need?
Yep, if you are comfortable making that approval.
Yep. I am. Could I get a motion to approve this report tonight?
I will make that motion.
Motion by Councilor Segler. Is there support?
I'll support it.
Support by Councilor Zins. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Councilor Zins,
Yes.
Segler,
Yes.
Pop,
Yes.
Peterson.
Sorry, yes.
Mayor Breland.
Yes, motion carries. Natalie, is there anything else we need to do? Will that take care of it?
There is a form that will go in that requires signature, and I can work with Becky to get that prepared to go with the motion.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Thanks,
anything
Natalie.
else, Nat? Okay, moving on. Item B, adopt City of White Lakes Resolution 2020-033, a resolution accepting St. Louis County CARES Act block election grant funds. City Clerk, Becky.
This is, we got notification from St. Louis County that as part of the CARES Act, the county is going to award the city $1,173 to put towards costs incurred because of the pandemic. There's a whole list of things. There's an application in here. It's included in your packet. Things that we can cover, like disinfecting. Also, I think I'm going to research into postage for all the absentee ballots that are going out. We have a very high absentee rate going on right now. We can't really fund election judge salaries, but we can, any costs incurred for any overtime can be due to absentee voting can be covered under the act. So this resolution will just accept those funds and allow the mayor and I to sign those documents. And I'll work with Deputy Clerk Tammy Snetzinger next week, and we'll get those in front of the council as well.
Okay, so I'm looking for a motion to approve resolution 2020-033, resolution accepting St. Louis County CARES Act block election grant funds.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Councilor Peterson. Is there support?
I'll support.
Support by Councilor Pop. Roll call, please.
Councilor Zins,
Yes.
Segler,
Yes.
Pop,
Yes.
Peterson,
Yes.
Mayor Breland.
Yes, motion carries. Item C, adopt City of White Lakes Resolution 2020-034, a resolution supporting the US EPA Brownsfield Assessment Grant application to enter into a memorandum of agreement with the city of Virginia for a community-wide assessment project. Counselor Pop.
Okay, so this, the yearly grant cycle is up again with the EPA. NTS Engineering is very familiar with the projects we have here in White Lakes. I think the coalition has shrunk by a few members. So I know the last meeting that we had via Zoom, the only people, the communities that were going to be involved in the coalition were communities that had active projects, which was going to be Virginia, Ely, Aurora, and White Lakes, unless something changed from the last meeting. So just a standard resolution supporting the fact that we're in favor of allowing Virginia to act as the fiscal type agent, and then we will apply for that grant with the help of NTS Engineering. So,
Dan, would you like to make that as a motion?
yes, I would.
Okay, motion by Counselor Pop. Is there support?
I'll support.
Support by Counselor Segler. Just a roll call, please.
Counselor Zins,
Yes.
Segler,
Yes.
Pop,
Yes.
Peterson,
Yes.
Mayor Reland.
Yes, motion carries. Item D, adopt City of White Lakes Resolution 2020-035, a resolution authorizing the issuance and sale of $1,846,371 general obligation revenue note, Series 2020A, and providing for its payment. This is for the wastewater, I would assume Mercury and the projects we have going right now. Council, if you had time to look at that, this is a 1% loan, which is super low, even for the PFA ones we got. So granted, it's another bond we have to have, but it's at a very low interest rate. So anybody have any discussion on that? Not hearing any. Okay, I have a motion to approve.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Counselor Zins. Support.
I'll support.
I'll support by Counselor Pop. Roll call, please.
Counselor Zins,
Yes.
Segler,
Yes.
Pop,
Yes.
Peterson,
Yes.
Mayor Reland.
Yes, motion carries. Item E, approve leave of absence for Jeremy Damon, Personnel Committee. Jeremy Damon has requested a personnel, a leave of absence till January 1st. Dave, Counselor Zins and myself met on this and we're in agreement on this. Could I have a motion to approve this?
I'll make
I'll
that
make
motion.
that motion.
Motion by Counselor Peterson. Support?
I'll support that.
Support by Counselor Segler. Any other discussion? If not, roll call, please.
Counselor Zins,
Yes.
Segler,
Yes.
Pop,
Yes.
Peterson,
Yes.
Mayor Reland.
Yes, motion carries. And then approve resignation of Raymond Shimon dated October 6, 2020 from the fire department. There's letters in the box. Could I have a motion approving that?
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Counselor Zins. Support?
I'll support.
Support by Counselor Peterson. Roll call, please.
Mayor, could I'd request a letter to go out to Ray, thanking him for his service.
Okay,
Okay.
roll call, please.
Counselor Zins,
Yes.
Segler,
Yes.
Pop,
Yes.
Peterson,
Yes.
Mayor Reland.
Yes, motion carries. Anything else to come in front of this board tonight?
Adjournment.
Motion to adjourn by Counselor Segler. Got a couple of them left, Brian.
Yeah.
I'll support that.
Support by Counselor Zins. Roll call, please.
Counselor Zins,
Yes.
Segler,
Yes.
Pop,
Yes.
Peterson,
Yes.
Mayor Reland.
Yes, motion carries. Good night, everybody.
Good
Good
night.
night.